we've got to talk about the Democrat Party because they're in a world of trouble. There's been a lot of polls that have been released lately that paint an interesting picture when it comes to Trump versus the Democrat Party, or the Republican Party versus the Democrat Party. And it's looking pretty damn good for Trump, I must say so. So also with those as well. With that being said, let's dive in.
CNN's Harry Enten joins me now to talk more about how people are feeling about when we're talking about the cuts that DOJ is bringing about. How are they feeling about
Yeah, this to me was one of the more shocking figures that I saw. Made me go, wait a minute, hold on one second. Whoa, Americans on Trump and Joe's efforts. Musk and Doge should influence government spending and operations. Look at this. 54%. The majority say that he and they should. How about approve of Trump trying to cut staff at government agencies? Again, you get a majority here. 51%. So yeah, Elon Musk might not be that popular, but these cuts and the idea of spending cuts, at least within the federal government and cutting at government agencies, that actually has majority support. I was truly surprised by this, Kate, but the numbers are the numbers.
Well, there is a view that cuts across Democrat and Republican of people thinking that Washington is too big, bloated federal government, waste, fraud, and abuse. I mean, those are drain the swamp is what people run on over and over again. How do they feel? What do they think they're actually cutting?
Yeah, what do they think they're actually cutting? Democrats want to argue that the type of spending that Musk is cutting is mainly necessary programs, but that comes in at just 36%. The wasteful spending actually wins the plurality here at 42%, according to a recent Washington Post Ipsos poll. And I think that is the reason why you see that when it comes to Musk and Doge, you see, in fact, the majority believe he should have some influence because they believe, the plurality believe, that he is cutting wasteful spending, not necessary programs that Democrats are arguing.
Now, keep in mind, these are some of the same networks that were telling us that Trump was behind in the polls or Kamala was tied and blah, blah, you know, the whole nine, right? So I don't necessarily believe these polls 100%. I think my personal opinion is that these polls are a little bit cooked, you know, especially with a guy like Harry Enten. If you got I can't remember if I showed you guys the clip, but he showed his hand. He's shown his hand before that he definitely supports the Democrat Party. So is there an agenda there? Possibly. But me, frankly, I don't completely believe these numbers. I think they're definitely better than what is being displayed here for the public. But let's continue on.
I'm a big fan of the oldies, and when it comes to the feelings that Americans, voters at large, and Democrats have, I can't help but think of Chubby Checker. Why is that? Because the question is, how low can you go? Voters' views of Democrats in Congress, the lowest ever approval ratings on record per Quinnipiac University. Look at this. Approve 21% among all voters. Look at the disapprove level. Holy Toledo, 68% of all voters disapprove of how Democrats are doing in Congress. Now, you might think that is low, and this is the lowest number on your screen here down at 21%. But I want to bring you over here to how Democratic voters feel, because this is truly unbelievable. Amongst their own party, how do Democratic representatives, senators, how are they viewed? Get this, the plurality disapprove at 49%. More Democrats disapprove of the job that their party is doing in Congress than approve. Get this, only 40% approve. These are truly horrific numbers. They're in the trash bin of history. That is how low these approval ratings are. When you can't even get plurality approval among your own party, you know you're doing something wrong in the eyes of the
Absolutely. And this is the monster that they made. The Democrat Party did this to themselves. Make no mistake about it. They put themselves in such I can't even talk. Goodness gracious. They have put themselves in such a situation that there's no winning for them. There's no winning. In reality, the Democrat Party needs to come closer to the center. But the truth is they can't. And it's because of their own doing. They pushed this country so far left and did this whole, Trump bad, Trump's a dictator, Trump's a fascist, only for Obama to be shaking hands and giggling and laughing with him at the funeral. It was all a BS lie. It was all a lie. So, hey, listen, I'm genuinely not sad about them being in this turmoil. And I think they'll stay in this for like the next 16 years, 20 years. They will stay in this back and forth in their own party trying to figure this thing out. And I don't think Democrats will win, like I said, for the next 20 years. Obviously, Democrats will finally win again, whether that's a new Democrat Party, which I believe it will be, the same way we have a new Republican Party. This isn't the same Republican Party. This is the new Republic, okay? Because we don't have the ideas that the Liz Cheneys of the world once held. I mean, we saw what happened with Liz Cheney. She's now a meme because she got voted out in spectacular fashion. So yeah, this is a new Republican Party, and I think the Democrat Party will be a new Democrat Party in about 20 years. But it's gonna take quite a while because, like I said, they have created such an extreme wing that it's going to take a while to figure that whole situation out, because there's going to be a segment of their party that is going to resist this type of change. But like I said, it is what it is. So a record low share of voters view the Democrat Party positively. I mean, look at this. Just look at this. Negative views of the Democrat Party. That is absolutely insane. Insane. Crazy right there. That is crazy. 55%, guys. 55%. And then, on top of that, they took a poll to ask folks who they think could really lead the Democrat Party, and or who best reflects the core values of the Democrat Party. Look who's leading. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And Kamala Harris is number 2. If this is their idea of, a winning ticket of people, man, it's going to be a glorious, next 20 years, because Democrats ain't winning in 28. They ain't winning the election after that. And probably the one after that, too, they ain't winning. It's going to be a while if this is their bench of people. Someone who already lost, Kamala Harris, spending a record amount of money, which I don't think will be there again because U.S. aid is no longer aiding the Democrat Party, as well as Act Blue, the money laundering scheme that was uncovered, allegedly, will no longer be there either. So if they couldn't win with a record amount of money, the tune of over $2 billion, what makes you think they're going to win again anytime soon? I mean, it wasn't even close, and they had a record amount of money. That is it. And they spent it in 3 months. 3 months. 3 months. Just an absolute blitz of dollars. Crazy. Yeah. Hakeem Jeffries? Really? That's going to be... Goodness gracious. Barack Obama can't run again, so you're cooked. And Jasmine Crockett. That might be the funniest one of them all. Jasmine Crockett. Are you kidding me? That's your saving grace? Really? Here's a headline from Mediaite. Lowest ever recorded. CNN drops staggering polls showing brutal reality of Democrat disapproval ratings. It's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good for the Democrat Party, and I'm absolutely loving it. You got a lot of infighting going on. You got Nancy Pelosi calling out Chuck Schumer. You got Jasmine Crockett going after John Fetterman, right? Because John Fetterman had said something about those Democrats that made that choose your fighter, and they were all, doing a little weird stance. And John Fetterman called him out on that, and Jasmine Crockett clapped back at him. And she also commented on the whole, because allegedly AOC is considering trying to take Chuck Schumer's Senate seat in New York. So that's a whole thing. Although Chuck Schumer's not up for re-election for like another 4 years or so or something. So it's going to be quite a while. But there's talk of that now. So yeah, Democrat Party is absolutely imploding. And it's quite crazy to watch, because for me, the answer to their problem is quite simple, but it seems like they continuously do the exact opposite of what they actually should be doing. It's pretty wild, man. It's pretty wild. This is going to be interesting to look back on, in 30 years, how the Democrat Party imploded and how it all happened and break it all down. That's going to be really, really interesting to look back on. But let me know what y'all thinking about this, man. Like I said, obviously, I think these numbers are a lot worse than what is being reported. I compare them to the presidential election polls that all had either Trump behind, like the Iowa poll. Y'all remember the Iowa poll that dropped right before the election? Oh my goodness, Trump's going to lose Iowa. Oh, bullshit. Okay. That was a load of bull. But also just the polls that had it all tied and everything, it wasn't even close from the beginning. That's what I compare these to, So in my humble opinion, these numbers are a lot better. But let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in. As always, peace and love. I'm out.